Again, everyone, and this is the chapter 1 Islamic concept of life. The chief characteristic of Islam is life that aside a significant separation between life, spirit, and life man, not components of many define the spiritual and the moral life of man in the limited sense of the word. Its domain extends to the entire gamut of life. It wants to mold individual so it can really be established on the earth, and so the fish contentment and well-being may feel as waters of the oceans. This way of life is based on this unique approach to a life and a life concept of man's and is actually to discuss the moral, social, political, and economic system. We should have a clear idea of the Islamic concept of life, and there are some which should be understood and appreciated at the very outset. These postulates are as follows: are basic postulate, and one, first, Allah who is the creator. Allah is the ruler and the Lord of the entire universe, has created man and provided him that with with temporary station in that part of his vast kingdom or cosmos, which is known as the earth. So he has endowed man with the faculties of thinking and understanding, and has given him the power to distinguish right from wrong. So man has also been invested with freedom of will and choice, and the power to use the resources of the world in any manner he likes. In short, man has been given a sort of autonomy while being appointed by God on earth as a successor to the beings that had previously populated it. And the second is, before assigning to man the inheritance of the earth, God made it explicitly clear to him that he alone is the Lord, the ruler, and the deity. Such to the entire universe, and all the creatures in it, including man, must submit to him alone. So man must not think himself totally free and should know that his that this earth is not is not his permanent abode. So he has been made to live upon it only during the period of his probation, and in due course, so he will return to his Lord to be judged according to the way he has utilized the period of probation. So the only right course for man is to acknowledge Allah as the only Lord, the sustainer and the deity, and to follow his guidance and his commands in all works of life. So, and man must live this life with the realization that he is to be judged, and his sole objective should be to merit the pleasure of Allah so as to emerge successful in the final test. Conduct which is contrary to his would lead man astray. If man follows the course of piety and guidelines which he is free to choose and follow, he will succeed in this world and in the next. In this world, he will he will succeed in this world and in the next. Yes, in this world, he will live a life of peace and contentment, and hereafter he will qualify himself for the heaven of eternal bliss, Al-Jannah. And if he choose to follow the other course, i.e., that of godlessness and evil, which he is equally free to choose and follow, his life will be one of corruption, disruption, and frustration in this world, and he will meet colossal misfortune in the life to come, that abode of pain and misery, which is called Jahannam, neraka in Indonesia, or hell in English. And the third and 3, after administering the warning, God set man even the earth and provided the very first human beings is Nabi Adam dan istrinya Siti Hawa, with his guidance in accordance with which men were to live on the earth. Thus, man's life on this earth did not begin in utter darkness. The very first man was provided with a burning torch of light and guidance so that humanity might attain its glorious destiny. Yes, the very first man received revealing knowledge from God himself. He had knowledge of the reality and was given the code of life by following which he called live a life of bliss and success. This code of life was Islam, the attitude of complete submission to Allah, the creator of man and of the whole universe. Yes, it was this religion which Nabi Adam, the first man, passed down to posterity. But later generation gradually drifted away from the right path and adopted different erroneous paths. Because of negligence, they lost the original teaching, or due to folly or mischief, they adulterated and perverted them. Yes, they associate with God innumerable human beings, non-human objects, and imaginary entities as deities, and indulged in shirk or mushrik, yes, or polytheism of the worst type. They mix up the pure teachings of God with strange myths or mythos, yes, ideas and philosophies, and thus produce a jungle of religions and cults. They discarded the the God-given principle of social ethics and collective morality, the Sharia, and deprive the human life of peace and tranquility. Yes, quality. Yes, or okay, in Indonesia, quality is sorry, I forget. So, and the four although men departed from the path of truth, disregarded and distorted the Sharia, and some of them even revolted against to the code of divine guidance. Yet God did not destroy them or force them to the right course. They forced the conversation to the right path was not in keeping with the autonomy. Yes, okay. See, he had given to men. Instead, God appointed certain virtuous person from amongst the people themselves to discharge the responsibility of recalling and guiding men to the right path during their sojourn on the earth. Okay, so these men believe in God and live a life of obedience to Him. He honor them by His revelation and gave them the knowledge of reality. And these men, known as prophets, peace be upon all of them, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, were assigned the task of presenting of message of truth to humanity and of asking the people to come to the path of the Lord. And five, these prophets were raised in all epochs, in all lands, and in all nations, out of numerous prophets sent by God. The Quran explicitly mentioned 25. Yes, Nabi Adam sampai Nabi Muhammad, all of them brought the same message. All of them advocate the same way of life or deen, the way which was revealed to man on the first day of his existence. All of them followed the same guidance, the guidance which was prescribed by the Lord for man at the outset of his career on the earth. All of them stood for the same mission. They called men to the religion of Islam as those who accepted to divine guidance to life in accordance with it, and organize them into a movement for establishment of the divine love and for putting an end to all deviation from the right path. Every prophet tried to fulfill this mission in the best possible way, but quite a number for people never accepted this guidance, and many people never accepted this guidance, and many thus who accepted it gradually drifted astray, and after a lapse of time lost the guidance or distorted it through innovation and perversion. Yes, okay, innovation and perversions. And the sixth, at the last, God raised Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam in the land of Arabia and signed to him the completion of the mission for which earlier prophets were ordained. Yes, and the message of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was for the whole of mankind. He presented a new teachings of Islam in their present form and provided mankind once again with the divine guidance which they had lost in its original form. He organized all those who accepted his message, yes, and one ummah kuntum khaira ummah, yes, wal takum minkum ummah, yes, which was charged with reconstructing its own life in accordance with the teaching of Islam by calling mankind to the path righteousness, yes, and with stabilizing the supremacy of the word of God on the earth. And this guidance and shrine it, yes, in the Holy Quran, which constitutes the only right code of conduct for mankind. So, thank you for your attention. Barakallahu li wa lakum. Walhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share.